Ooh, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Thursday night live stream. We are here on ForgeCraft One, and by we, I mean myself, and of course, the esteemed Mr. TTFD Cuts. How you doing tonight, Cuts?
It's still very warm here.
Yeah.
Rain,
It's later in the evening, though, for you right now, correct?
yeah, 2 a.m.
2 a.m. Okay, so it's still hot at 2 a.m.?
Yeah.
Oh, that's gross. Yeah.
Well,
Let's see.
not as hot as it was, but it's not getting any cooler, really, at the moment. Not indoors, anyway.
Sean McGrail, what's going on? And Stephen Burns. Jedko, how you doing? Let's go ahead and cut to the chase of things. And watch the magic that is an Ender IO tree farm. We are... Do I need to manually replant those spruce to a better arrangement or what? Or are you just going to feed it more? Oh, there you go. Okay. Never mind.
I mean, they grow as ones, but they will grow bigger if they're 2x2, so...
Yeah, it's the same for the dark oak were planted in a single file row, and I had to rearrange them.
Well, I mean, the dark oak require 2x2, but the spruce don't.
Yeah, exactly. But I had to, it planted like a straight line of them, and then one on the next row. So I was like, no, and I had to redo it so it would actually start getting them. Hey, Pick81, what's going on? How is everyone tonight? We are in, I guess, what I would refer to as new territory. Kinda. It's not really far out.
It's not far from places that were explored before, but it was technically new by me going here, as I found, because this is where I crashed the server by finding new chunks of that Graves bug.
Yeah, New World Gen. So home's about 3K that way, which isn't bad. We have a teleporter back and forth. Thanks to the power cells from RF Tools, we have some wireless power moving around. I need to dig under this. I'm probably going to make a hatch here-ish and go straight under so I can actually rearrange that. I want to get the power cell and put it underneath, and I need to have bottom access to the container, and then I'm going to do some, what's the word I'm looking for? Item conduits.
The thing is, it's sitting over a chunk boundary.
Do what?
It's sitting over a chunk boundary.
Is it?
Part of the farm's in a different chunk.
Does that matter? I mean,
well,
that's
yeah, I mean, if we plopped a single ward down, minimizing the number of wards is useful.
Well, that's the thing, though, is that the only thing that actually needs to be warded is this.
Yeah, but the thing is, as it does blocks, it'll load and unload chunks. It'll load it, do a thing, then unload it, and that's worse than it just being loaded.
Well, the problem we have is that once we start putting upgrades into it to make it larger, it's probably going to spread out past one chunk.
I thought there was 15 by 15 in max.
Was it?
I don't know. I don't know exactly how big.
I can't remember. Well, we can... I put this down so we could get some wood going. We can relocate it slightly. Actually, you know what we could do? This
Frankly,
space...
if we're not using it as fuel, I think it'll probably work fine at this size.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah, I mean...
Have
you ever seen them? The spruce ones really grow. They go huge.
Well, I wasn't sure exactly how much wood you were talking about needing. If that's the case, then what I can do is I'll basically just recenter it right over here.
Loads,
and I'll clear...
But from the amount you've already got,
yeah. I'll clear that out over there, and we can shuffle it over. It's easy. Because it basically, you plug it in, and you feed it the saplings that it needs, and it just kind of goes. So, yeah, it's simple. Doesn't the ward cover 3x3 chunks? Asks Sean McGrail. Actually, I don't know.
We don't know for sure. It doesn't say.
Yeah, it doesn't say.
Maybe 3x3, maybe 1.
Yeah. Hey, Skylord Big Buck. Hello, what's going on? Solar Gamer Blast. You have an exciting name, Solar Gamer Blast. Sounds like a video game that's coming out of Steam next week. Let's see. Let's turn off the ugly chunk boundaries. I will relocate that post haste, but I need to go back to the base and make some stuff. Namely, I need to get some item conduits. Whoop. And I need to make some larger storage. Oh, that frame rate. This is why we're moving, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna go over here real quick and put those in there. We will have a plentiful supply of that stuff here in a minute. I'm gonna actually just put those in there for now. Okay, I need to do storage. I'm gonna need one of those and one of those. I have to mix my wood types now, just because Quark. There we go. Oak chest. I do apologize for the framiness of things. It is unfortunately unavoidable for now while we're at this old base. Thankfully, once we get the new base set up, then we will have a lot fewer issues like this. Okay, let's do this, this, that. Grab one of those. This, that. Grab one of those. And of course, I need... Oh, I don't think those... Oh, actually, there is some oak there. Forgot about that. Okay, 1, 2. Just 2. I hope everyone's doing good this evening. I am doing wonderfully, other than the fact that I did try to log on to this server 3 times in the past 2 days. And technical issues of one kind or another on the server's end actually stopped me. So yeah, I'm sorry we don't have more wood stockpiled yet, Cuts. That was kind of unavoidable, unfortunately.
No, it's okay. We've still got a lot.
Yeah, well, it is...
Unfortunately, it's mostly the wrong type, but...
Yeah, it is working quickly. I need to get... I'm going to put that in there. So what do you need more of now?
Oak and spruce mainly, I think.
Okay.
Oh, there goes a spruce tree. Chomp. And it fills out the saplings.
Always be having ender pearls. Let's get that and put it in there. Boom! We are using a lot more power, a lot more steadily now, so I'm going to have to keep on the endergenic generator. Ah! Okay, that was creepy. Let's go over here. Just because we can.
Do its thing where it puts you underneath it.
Yes, just split second. I'm staring at a solid block. I'm like, ah!
Yeah, whenever I go back to the old house, it keeps putting me in the kind of cave space below.
Yeah. Let's catch up on chat here just a second. Arbitrary Alex says, hello, Biggerman chat. Hi. Berg, what's going on, ForgeCraft? Burgosaurus Rex. Trying not to get too cold. That's where the AC is running too efficiently. Yeah, it's a little warm back here in Texas. And yes, Sever Spirit, this is a new base. We are moving specifically for the sake of our frame rate and our performance. Unfortunately, trying to be chummy and all community-like at spawn has kind of backfired on us in certain degrees. There's a lot of people back there, and it is costing us some precious, precious frame rates. Okay, I'm actually gonna... Whoops. Didn't mean to do that.
Some being a gross understatement.
Yes, some being a gross understatement. Yes, exactly. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to take this off. Doot, 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 doot. I'm gonna pop that. I put water down here and then totally forgot that I really don't need water. Because I'm not planting any crops, it's just trees. That was kind of a... Okay. I'm gonna pick this up. Now, basically, we have a radius right here of 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's easy. So, I gotta look. Okay. Now I'm trying to think. Kind of hurts too, to be honest. If we move it over. Actually, we really don't even need to move it that far over.
What?
You heard me.
No, I just had a Java crash, like an actual Java crash.
Oh, yeah. That has been happening to me Started Tuesday, I think. It's only happened like twice. It happened once Tuesday and once Wednesday. But, yeah, that is definitely a thing. Apparently, also, there's a Java update that's out. I don't know if it's going to cause us any grief, but, you know, whatever. Let's do that. Okay, I'm going to get all this stuff. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boopity boop. Put those over here. Oh, I got something I didn't mean to get. Hang on a sec. I need to put those up. Moving wand. Okay, brace yourself. Oh, hey, it wasn't bad. Let's do this, this, and I'm actually going to put that there and go like that. Here's a method to my madness on having those holes there. Okay, so I want to do one of each of these. Doesn't matter. Set to active with signal. Perfect. I'm actually gonna chop those down. Give us a clean slate all over again. I think this will be okay. Should be. All within one shot. Got some cobblestone here to repair that. Okay. I'm going to put that there. So now I think I put that there, that there, that there, and that there. We lock those down. We pull. Push and pull. Whatever. There we go. Oh, no, that's going to be a problem. Crud. I need energy conduits. Got to go back and get some. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. Boink. Okay. Catch up on chat here real quick. It was 97 degrees Fahrenheit with a heat index of 104 around 3 p.m. yesterday. Yeah. I use Celsius, though. Yeah, 97 Fahrenheit and Celsius is hot. Have to pause and walk away at present. It was house cleaning day, and we had to bring in everything now. Cool. Okay. Let's go back up here. Forgot. Whee! I need to get just a few of these. I think this will work. Oh, no, wait a minute. You know what? If I... Filter. I think I need to make a filter. Ender IO item filter. I can do a basic one, which is gonna be... I swear I saw some chests in here. Where do I see them? Oh, here they are. Put those in there. Okay. And then I need 10 iron. I'm gonna make a pair of filters. I really don't know if I need to. I know I need at least one. Arg. There we go. There's some sugar cane.
Oh, why do those ones have edges?
What are you talking about?
There's planks that go the other way, but they've got like divides between the blocks, where the others don't.
Okay, I think that's gonna be good. Let's see real quick. Step on the pad. I spy bloomin' onion armor. Yep. I like my bloomin' onion armor.
Hey, look.
Ooh, what?
Hey, look. The ones that go the other way have lines between them.
Well, it is a different kind of plank.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Wait a minute.
it's a shame that that's the case.
Where's the extra little line underneath it? It says spruce planks chisel. Normally there's a line in between there that says, you know, horizontal beach board or whatever. I don't know what kind it is. Huh. I don't see that. That's weird.
Well, that's on
Yes.
the item. But that shows the block.
I thought it showed it on the block itself once you placed it.
Not as far as I know.
I can't remember. Anyway, yes, that is a distinct problem, and unfortunately, you're going to have to figure out. See, you could always use this stuff in place of those slat boards, right?
That's pretty much what I was going to do. Oh, hang on. Maybe there's... Hang on a second.
Uh-oh. Cuts might have just solved his own problem.
This one's up...
Go over here, grab all this stuff.
Close enough.
Close enough. Doop, doop. I just got to get over here a random amount of distance. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna go one more just in case. Boop. Okay. So now what I can do is I can... What? Aww. Oh, there we go. 2 good solid hits on an Enderman. Shut up already. I put that back down. I need to have... out. That is full. I'm actually gonna go ahead and flip that number to always active, just so I can actually get a gauge for... Nailed it! Okay, awesome. I'm gonna do that. Actually, put that there. And that. That. Okay. Catch up on chat here real quick. Shadow Star's being a smartass. What's new? Tadera says, while awesome, the Bloomin' Onion armor provides no defense against dipping sauce attacks. Drat. That created an awkward...
Lava.
Do what?
AKA lava.
Yes. Dipping sauce attacks, aka lava, yes. It is wooden armor, so, you know, I'll give it that flaw. Yeah, I can't do a one probe with this helmet right now. I need to talk to McJitty about seeing if we can... I don't know if there's a way to make it like an enchantment, but that's going to cross a tech mod into magic, and I don't know if he wants to do that. Huh?
Basically, yes. He could check for any helmet having a particular MBT tag, and
Right.
you could just have it. So, and you can create a recipe handler that just combines a hat and a probe and gives you a hat with that tag, which you can check against to get the probe.
Oh, really? It's that simple.
Yeah, it's possible to do that.
Okay. I need to get the two of you in the same room together then, virtually speaking.
Basically, how I did the sockets and stuff with Physis, it's just, you know, attached as an NBT tag to any item at all that you want.
Right. Okay, we're gonna do insert. And this is gonna have to be, first of all, let's get one of those, one of those, one of those, one of those. Oh, actually, I think I can I word dictionary? Whitelist, no, matched to metadata. I don't have the fancy one. Do you have, can I borrow one of those? Yes, I can. Awesome. That is the blacklist of stuff I don't want. Boop. Which means now, if I do... Awesome. Okay, cool. So now I need to get this. Hi there. Boom! Headshot. Not really. I've got some cobblestone. Hi there, what's up? Ooh! I can two-shot creepers now, that's right. I'm gonna make it daytime real quick before... Oh, here comes a zombie. Stop by a tree. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Oh, Mr. Skeleton. Oh, you preoccupied with burning? I'm sorry. Didn't mean to ruin your day. I did, actually. Boop, boop. Okay. Oh, wow, there's a whole group of people over here. Donut. Thank you. Where are you? There you are. Ooh, shiny armor. Dun, 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 dun. I love my battle sign. Oh, ouch. I heard a spider. Yep, you get what you deserve, buddy boy. Okay. So, what the heck is that? Why do we have bushes all the way down here? No. Gonna put that up. I can put that up. And this stuff will find a home right there for the time being. Oh. Wait, right. Yep, there we go. Yeah. Okay, so basically what this is, the whole point of this little tree farm is to getting some building materials from Mr. Cutts. Hey, Dynix, what's going on? Whatever happened to Shadow of Pissus? Stephen Burns asked.
I just never finished it.
Yeah.
So many things. It's still something I want to do, but then 1.8 happened.
Yeah.
And then 1.9 and 1.10.
Yeah, the infamous.
Considering that I've done a load of kind of rendering stuff, I still haven't relearned all that.
Yeah, the new rendering is considerably different from 1.7 to 1.8, and then from 1.8 to 1.9. Yeah.
As far as I know, yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's like kind of not doing it in 1.8 was better because it's a shorter jump from 1.7 to 1.9 than going 1.7 to 1.8 then 1.8 to 1.9.
Yeah. So hopefully that answers your question, Stephen Burns. IguanaTube asks, Vigram's root's going to be in VC4? Most likely, yes. It's actually, while it's still early in the mod's life cycle, it's very stable. and what it offers is very simple, but still useful. I like a lot of what Roots has to offer. Hey! Arseg Gamer, I'm guessing on the name. Greetings from Argentina. Hi. Greetings from Texas. Was there ever a stable version of Pisces for 1.7.10?
No, it barely had anything in it, really.
Yeah, it was. I don't know.
The first test version to see if people could understand the puzzles.
Right. So yeah, it was always kind of early states. It never got a quote unquote stable release version.
Well, no, it had like 5% of the things I wanted to put in it.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay. Let's get all this stuff.
Where is the acacia wood? It's in the kind of ugly bin.
Yeah, we I don't have a problem with acacia wood, but I can't see the color, so I'm immune. We got some spruce for you to work with now.
Cool.
There is going to be a point where I'm going to have to literally take the dark oak out of the actual planting cycle for a bit, because it just makes so much wood.
Well, I imagine the spruce will do more.
It's catching up quick. So yeah. Just one question. Yeah, where's the acacia wood? Is there even a savanna anywhere nearby on the server?
About 2k west-northwest.
There's your answer. So yes, we have found one because I know we have some acacia that
It's
Mr.
actually
Cuts...
where that farm village is.
Do what?
It's where the farm village is. It's in that biome.
Okay. So yeah, we have a place that we kind of nicknamed Farpoint. I nicknamed it that. That is because it was the farthest point we'd gone out on the server. It was done through. Well, Cuts went there the manual way. I took the shortcut through the Nether. But we have another shortcut.
So much further. I traveled about 25k yesterday, looking for mangrove trees until Dyer gave up and just gave me the saplings to stop the server getting even slower.
I see you. Die.
He came on and was like 91 milliseconds per tick.
Yeah.
I'm just going to give you the saplings. Teleported to me, threw 2 stacks of saplings at me, and said, "Go home." So I flew back as fast as I could. 20 minutes later, I got back to the house.
Good grief. If he was that earnest, he should have given you the mangroves and a teleport back to spawn. I'm
I
just
don't think
saying.
he realized exactly how far out it is, because the map doesn't zoom out far enough to appreciate the distance.
Yes, it does not, actually. Yeah, Encounter at Farpoint is right, actually, PK81. That's where I picked up the name. That's an old thing I used to do way back on, like, the Resonant Rise server. When I was on the Resonant Rise server, we were testing a lot. So we saw a lot of versions of the pack that the public never saw. And the result of that was quite often slightly wonky or broken world gen. And we had to go to new world gen periodically to get new things because, radical new things were being added or whatever. Oh, we got tons of power.
Thankfully, the village wasn't a giant space organism.
No, thankfully it wasn't. That was actually a good benefit. But that's a habit I got into where I would get into, if I needed world gen, I'd go into the Nether, go 1,000 blocks in one direction and make a portal. That would place me 8,000 blocks out in whatever direction, which means that I could get to new world gen pretty easily, I thought. And I always made a marker on where that was so I could see it from back at base, and I called it Farpoint. It's just a thing that I started doing. There's no real reasoning behind it. Bronze. There it is. Oh, wait a minute. Go away. I guess technically those are mob drops. I hadn't thought about that. Prismarine crystals. Okay. Cool. There we go. So before I start relocating anything, Druid space. Do you want me to set up the Druid space over near the tree farm? Because we're not really going to have...
Like it.
Yeah, okay. I think that's going to be a good thing. Get... Wow, those are hard to break. Okay. It's hard to break anything when you have this much lag.
Go away, Guardian. Stupid thing.
Yeah, Guts can't wait until we get some walls up so the Guardians will stop picking on us.
Though, to be honest, at the moment, that's not going to do a whole lot, considering they can just shoot over them while I'm flying.
Well, walls and a roof. That means we want to... Well, at least walls. You can set down on the ground, and you don't have to worry about them picking at you when you're AFK. Okay. Whoop. Didn't mean to break that. Gotta go get 2 more glowstone. I'm a nub. 2. That back. We are not going to completely disassemble our place here. We don't even know if we're going to take everything with us. But, for the time being, the stuff that we're working on a day-to-day basis, the lag makes it hard. So, yeah. Oh yeah, I can just do that. I'm actually going to take this with me. Let's go get a replacement block. Right like that. I think I would like to move the farms over there. Maybe set up a farming station for the food. Actually, I'm thinking about setting a farming station up just for wheat, specifically for the sake of verdant sprigs, but whatever. Am I going to do forestry trees? I don't know. I do want to get into forestry, but we need to get into a place where we have better frame rate first. So that's the more important issue. Okay, beehives that way. Giant tree.
You could, however, capture some of the butterflies and bring them over to do the pollinations. You don't need to bother with bees.
Sorry, do what? Oh, yes. Yeah. We've got cocoons and whatnot for butterflies back at our base. We can actually get some of the trees by way of butterflies because we have these hives here, and I think the hives, what is it? The hives produce butterflies or something like that? They make butterflies spawn in the area. Can't remember.
Not as far as I know. I think they just appeared, and it would just happen to be that they were around.
Yeah, I'm fuzzy on the detail. Okay, I'm gonna go over here, which means I need to first get this out. Second, I'm gonna sleep and make it daytime. Have you or Cuts gotten into Psi on the server yet? Yes, Dynix. Cuts has gotten into Psi. I have not because I did a lot of Psi in 189 and 190.
I didn't get very far. I went as far as being able to get, to shoot lightning.
Yeah. I do want to... Yeah, I want to get into it now that we've got some critical stuff out of the way, like power and things of that nature. Let's see. That. I'm going to have to mangle this and then fix it later for the sake of this hillside.
Oh, dang, that doesn't work either.
Cuts is running across aesthetic difficulties. Okay. Push this back some. Hello. Goodbye. Pesky little slime. Good grief. Okay. I'm going to basically push this back the distance that I need, and then correct the contours later. want nice flat ground. Hello. More slimes. Actually, let's do this. That up. Recontour this a little bit. Okay, let's see. We go over here. Oh, actually. Ooh, some ugly stone over here I'm gonna have to replace. But that's fine. Can't remember, can you... Nope, you can't. Crap. Couldn't remember if you just dig out one block with a earth mover shovel. You cannot. We need to do this and this. That makes it easier. There we go. And then what we can do, trim that down, push that back, do that. A bit of that down. Let's just remove this. I know contouring a hill is all sorts of fun, folks, but it has to be done. There we go. Oops. Missed one. Come here, you. So what's causing the frame rate issue at the old base? Sorry for so many questions, but I just joined. It's okay, great. Arseg. We don't... Well, I don't really know. There's theories, but at present... Cuts, do you have any ideas what's causing the frame rate lag? You think it's...
Lots of things. Yeah, I think it's just there's so much stuff around us, to be honest. Multiple tiny factors, death by 1,000 cuts.
Basically, we have a lot of tile entities in a very small space. A lot of, well, stuff. That's what I think it is. Okay, so I need to put this right here. And then, let me get this out of the way. I think what the issue is, we've got so many people on the server this time around. Is it that? No, those don't have to go anywhere. Never mind. I know what it is. We have so many people in a small space that it's causing issues with so many machines. And I'm not saying that this is a definite thing, but it wouldn't surprise me also if it's the fact that so many mods have jumped up to 110. They might have jumped several versions, or, might be new mods. There's a lot of stuff still being figured out when it comes to... Zyke Turek, thank you very much for subscribing. It might be an issue of they're still figuring out rendering engine stuff, differences between 1.7.10 and 1.8 and 1.9 and all that.
So that's how they grow.
What?
Mangroves.
Oh, yes, mangroves have the weird fingers in the ground. They're extremely odd.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking they wouldn't be that great for tree farming.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to get this and put it right.
Unfortunately, you need an awful lot of those.
Your sapling is still underneath it.
No, it isn't. It's just a sinking issue.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and it goes into the ground.
Yep.
Double bad for farming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those things are a pain in the butt. I'm going to turn those off for now. Let's see what I'm going to do. Let's make this into one of those. Hooray, I can see my things. Okay. What? No. Don't need that anymore. Don't need that anymore. What I do need to pull out real quick is the runic tablet, so I can refresh my memory on something complicated, like, let's say this. Yeah, okay, I was right about that. Come on. That there. That there. That there. And that there. That should be correct. In theory. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, a Soren lag incarnate. You heard it here first, folks. Only having Soren in your world causes FPS lag. Honestly, we had a lot of lag and a lot of performance issues starting before Soren even started on the server. I would love to blame him, but I really can't. The villager farm, actually all those villagers have been boxed up in the central area where they can't slam the doors anymore. They're sitting there, but they're not interacting with anything anymore. Cuts had the theory that they might be causing lag by opening and closing the doors constantly. That sound playing over and over, and the block state for the door changing constantly, or whatever.
Well, not really the sound so much as it's you know, it'll be almost all that when the door changes, because it's not a separate kind of rendered model, it's part of the chunk model. The entire chunk section needs to be redrawn each time a door is open or closed, and if they're doing that a lot rapidly, that's a lot of extra overhead.
There you go. Basically, that's why we got all of them and we isolated them into a central area where they can't interact with the doors anymore. So they're not spawning anymore, and they're not messing with the doors. We have done our part in theory. The only thing I think we have that might be causing an issue, I missed a spot over here, is potentially the insulated redstone conduit that we have on our endogenic generator power system. It is flickering on and off often. I don't know how Crazy Pants has those coded for the sake of like updates and whatever. So that might be a source of some of it, but it's going to be an issue of it's not just us, it's us plus, you know, Direwolf and T-Love are only a few chunks away, and you know, Rorax isn't really far away from us, and etc. etc. It's kind of a compound issue. There are so many people in a tight space this time around that it's making things worse. I think that's everything I need.
It gave me a pear.
Weird.
Yeah.
Count yourself lucky. I mean, maybe. Ooh.
Oh, hey, the quadrant's changed.
Yeah, I just kind of stuck them back in there.
Okay, 55 mangrove logs. Not very much. I don't really want them from their wood, which is bright white.
You want them
useful, though.
You want them in the logs?
Yeah, with the slightly lighter bark.
Yep.
Got a little Swedish there.
Okay. Downtown Giant asks, "What you building?" Basically, we're relocating. We have a base, but there are performance issues at where that base is because there's so many other people around it. We have located out several thousand blocks, and there's nobody else around here. We're not chunk loading very much, and we can kind of redo and resituate. But Cuts has a very specific design for the house he wants to build for us. So I am supplying him with everything I can to make it easier for him to do that. Hence
well, you say that, but it's like I'm making it up as I go along.
Well, I mean, you have a picture that you're working from, though, right?
No, only in general idea of style.
That's
that kind of build.
That is something to work from. That to me counts as at least an initial notion.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I haven't decided the floor plan or anything yet.
Oh no. No, the intricate details are still getting figured out. But basically, he has a mental image and a picture he's working off of the general, you know, design concept that he wants to aim towards. Yes, your chicken suit is awesome, Ferg. I need to figure out a way to display it in my armory over on the LP server.
Okay, yeah, this should give you an idea of how annoying this is going to be for farming and everything. So I've laid one layer of logs in on just the outer wall. That's 50 logs.
Makes sense.
That's almost all the mangrove that I had.
So we're looking at, or probably about 6 stacks at least, maybe 8.
Possibly more. Building this kind of house is incredibly wood hungry.
Well, sure, but you also picked one of the most pain in the ass trees to use.
Well, yeah, it sucks because it's the one with the bark that's the good color.
I keep telling you this. Color's overrated.
Well, it's actually nearly grey. The point is, it's the light-coloured one.
I know.
With the
I
least
know.
tonal variation. That's what I was looking.
I'm being a smart ass. It's gonna look fabulous once you get it done, but we are going to have to do a little bit of wood grinding. Let's see. We have. Do these things only go? Do the feet on this only go 1 block down into the ground?
Yeah, it's safe to do on there.
Okay.
Sometimes it goes. Sometimes it does 2, but it means the tree goes higher, not that the feet go lower. So.
We literally have bone to burn. We have bone meal coming out of our ears, so I'm gonna go grind some bone into bone meal and speed the process up. 1, 2.
Also repairing the axe.
Do what?
Are you also repairing the axe?
I'm charging the axe. I've got one I'm gonna use.
Well, I meant that the farming station says no axe.
Oh, that's because it's broken. Yeah. Well, I just need to go repair it real quick. I'll do it when I get back.
And then it trapped me inside a tree.
It's a plot. It's a trap. Can I?
It's a plot. I'll kill it. You're gonna have no shortage of the. Whoa. Okay. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Okay. It's very rapidly filling up. At this rate, you might not be able to. You might need to actually chop through it to be able to put the axe back.
Oh, it's okay. Never fear. Well, fear a little bit. Not a lot, though.
Why is it that all of the chisel woods are slightly different color to the wood that they represent?
It's been that way for a long time, man. The
No,
one
I mean before it was very different. Now it's only a very small amount different, but it's enough to notice.
Yeah, you'll have to ask Drollkiss. I have no clue.
Generally, they're a smidge darker, which is annoying.
They've always been off one direction or another. Are you going to move all the power generation or make a new one? I don't know if I want to move the power generation, mostly because I don't entirely understand how it works. I know how it works. I don't know how the timing is. So I might have to get Rorax to move it. We might have to give her a new space to, hey, can you take it from A to B and bribe her to do it? I'm quite sure she'll be willing to do that. Alyssa Scarborough. Hi, what's going on? That's a lot of bone meal. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of bone meal. Because we need a whole bunch of mangrove now.
And a whole bunch of really dumb logs. We're going to put that outer layer on this as well. Maybe? Not like double the number of logs I need.
You can just do a 10 with cream and sugar. Thank you. The coffee fairy's here. Yay. Yes. So the wireless dark axe. Oh, a wireless for the dark. Yeah. Wireless power. I need to do that. I haven't sat down and looked at actually getting everything.
The Reliquary was originally made by Xeno. Is he still doing it?
Nope, somebody else is. Yeah, he was working on a mod a couple of days ago, and he said it's going to be great to get back into modding. I was like, wait a minute, aren't you doing Reliquary still? And so somebody had to correct me on that. Somebody else is actually doing Reliquary right now.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna maybe talk with them about doing stuff, changing the way the alchemy recipes work. Maybe
Easier,
it would
harder?
be possible to make it. Well, no. I think it would be possible to make a generalized or dictionary type recipe that works with it, that duplicates the thing under the category that you give, and then you could just make log wood, and then you could duplicate any type of wood. So you could put in a mangrove log and get more mangrove logs for the cost of the redstone.
Okay, I see what you're talking about. Do all the logs...
It's possible to do it with the same type, you see. You just detect what thing is being used, and then you use that item, as long as it's the correct or dictionary entry.
But does it do logs right now, or not?
No, not currently.
Okay.
But I'm wondering whether that might be a thing to add. For the sake of obscure woods. Good side. Lots of stuff for obscure wood. Bad side? Would affect silver wood.
Yeah.
But that's exactly the same bug as... Well, bug. Not so much of a bug. It's working exactly as intended, but it's an issue because of the way that the mods are balanced, that silverwood saplings are worth 32 EMC.
Okay. You want to come witness this real quick, Cuts? It's going to be hilarious. Watch
You can
this.
certainly get to the middle. I'm inside. Oh, you could just put it in, let it pop them all. Now we've got wood everywhere.
Boo-hoo. Where did it go? Did you?
What?
Did you take the axe out?
No, this is what I mean
Oh.
about saying, me
There it
asking
is.
whether you went to repair it.
There we go. It got exported. When it's broken, it spits it out into the item storage.
Probably because it no longer counts as an axe.
Ah! Get away from me. Let's put that there. Whee! Okay. I'm gonna steal these things. You put mangrove in there. Whoops. No. I don't need you.
Apparently.
I don't need you. I need all of this stuff in my life, though. All of this stuff. Put that in there, that in there. Oh, to heck with it, I'll put those in there
Jungle
also.
wood in there as well.
Do what?
Just put some jungle wood in there that I had on me.
Okay. Now, I actually need to... do this. Woohoo! Okay, I'll pull again. And I'm actually just going to plug it up with that. I'm going to put that away. Put that away. So now... let's see if we can get this thing to work. There we go. Really? Wow, okay. Not a single stitch of a sapling.
Yeah. They've been slowly going down. Hey, also, the tree farm didn't actually manage to chop all of the tree.
What do you mean? What
Look
tree?
up.
Oh, yeah, there is actually a max range because of upgradability. Hang on a sec.
Dang, that's going to be fun.
3, 2. Woo! Make it rain! It's raining logs, but whatever. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Cool. Let's put that in there. There we go. Mangrove.
The oak will be colour. And the others are off slightly.
Let's get this down here, this down here. Okay. Let's put one of those. Apparently, I'm going to need a lot of power for some of these trees. These mangroves are dumb. Hey, Mining Mark, what's going on? Can't see how that is better from Ender.io farming station. What would a forestry farm be too much hassle for mass mangrove production?
The issue is that if it plants it flat, the bits of tree will replace blocks around them, which will, one, include the field, and two, might include the machine.
Yep. So that's the
They're
problem.
not really machine farmable.
So yeah, basically that's what you get that's the benefit basically of having, well, the benefit I say, a minor benefit to having the Ender.io farming station is it's a small target. Problem though is if we get, let's say, a tree right over here next to the farming station that's a mangrove, if it grows, this farming station could get replaced by one of those legs. I don't know how the checks work. So
More importantly, it wouldn't replace the dirt, so you wouldn't get another one.
yes.
Well,
So-
I say that you could potentially set it up so that there's only one space that it could put the tree.
right, set
and
the
that would
rest of
be
it with
a place that's suitable.
cobblestone or something like that. Yeah.
Assuming the tree will grow if that's empty space.
Let's get that stuff and put it in there. Don't need that for right now. So yeah, maybe the forestry farm can handle the forestry tree better. This isn't a forestry tree. This is a BOP tree. This is Biomes of Plenty. If you look at the Whale at the top middle. Oh, see you later, Iguana Tube. I think I missed him. Mangroves, yeah, they're incredibly derpy trees. Burgosaurus says it right. It could work after all. Is MFR is not available yet. Hasn't been ported. Sorry, Dallas Nap. Hey, Chris Jackman, what's going on? Yeah, basically these are Biomes of Plenty trees, and they are very unique in the way that they grow. I think it would end up being more hazardous to grow them on a forestry machine because the entire planting surface is going to be directly over the machine itself. So, or near the machine. It's going to have a larger target. It's not over, but I mean, it's, yeah. So, yeah, it's going to have a larger target. And I think that's not necessarily optimal. But these are just Biomes of Plenty trees, basically. That there. Pears. That is weird. See you, sapling.
What do you reckon for that as a doorway?
Hang on just a sec.
I'll be going over all of these with chisel and bits to fancify it all later, probably.
Fancy. Okay, let me go over here. Yeah, Dynex says it best. Oh, BOP is much derp. Yeah, it is. Oh yeah, I like this. I like the variation from the top corners to the bottom corners. That's cool.
The idea is that most of the outer wall is going to be dark oak and just a sec. And spruce.
Have some mangrove. It's not a lot, but it's what I
So
got.
that's the kind of brightness level with the light-colored log outer.
It's gonna look cool, man. We're gonna have what, windows up here, right here,
Yeah,
and then I think.
and actually one's here as well. It's just I plunk these down.
Oh, okay. What are these openings over here? Side doors to go to other platforms?
Well, yeah, just side doors for access because having to go all the way around is a pain.
It's true. It's true. Very cool. We can do some nice big patios or porches or whatever they call them in Europe. Okay. Before I forget and get too far along. Yeah, I've got the power. That's only 50%. Whee! Get some mangroves and speed this process up. Yeah, I could get some cobblestone and rig, quote unquote, the planting area for, like, say, the dark oak. Make it switch that over to mangrove so it only has one spot to plant. Actually, no.
Yeah, we have enough dark oak.
I would shuffle the planting areas because the dark oak is going to be directly over the
To be honest, for now, we don't need much birch.
item conduit. Okay. Real quick, let's get one of these things grown. There we go.
I used nearly all of it, raising the logs by 1 level.
Well, that was less than 1 stack, so.
Yeah.
There's about 1.25 stacks in here. Okay, so this goes out. Basically, it's a central 1, 2. So we would have to put it right here. That is gonna be... Okay, I know what we do. What do we have the most of? That is actually... Yeah, dark oak and spruce. Okay. And we have even more... Okay, we got loads of dark oak. Okay, so real quick...
Understatement right there.
Yeah, active with signal. I'm gonna... First of all, let's organize these. I'm gonna get all the dark oak out. And then... Wait a minute, what's where? Yeah, spruce. Okay. So basically, I want to get this and swap. We're going to take those out. We're going to pick all of these back up. Okay, so I have all of the dark oak. Let's put those back. We can put the dark oak in here for the time being. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to rig it, I think. Yep, there's some. Borrow a little bit of cobblestone. Oh, no, this is exactly where I didn't want it. Okay, hang on a sec. Oh, yeah, this is right. Hang on a second. Charge my axe up real quick. We put that there, that there. Now, if I do that, there we go. That's the side we want it on. Okay, so now what I do... So I'm going to make it to where it's only got one square that it can plant on. This away. Get this and put those. It is trying its darndest to plant them. Wow, this thing is kind of derpy. I need to talk to T-Tarag about this. Let's put those in there. This isn't gonna work. Okay. Stop. It's not gonna work. Okay. Wonder. Let's go get more. Ah, big tree getting in the way. Okay. Let's see what that does. Put that back there, that back there. Yeah, I don't even know if that's going to work. We'll see. Okay. I hear you. Go away. Thank you. Now, I'm just going to have to watch this and see. There's no other way to know if this is going to work other than observation. But
Science!
Yeah, no kidding. But I do need to talk to the maintainers of Ender.io because it's doing something here that it's not supposed to be doing. It is planting trees indiscriminately. It doesn't check if it's on dirt or not. If it grows one down, why not make like trenches around the farming station, says RC Gamer. That's the problem. If you look over here, sometimes it grows one down, sometimes it grows 3 blocks down.
Really? I've only had it grow up more.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, is that I don't know what's going to happen with these. Right now, we're planting these things 1 block off the ground, right? It's not at ground level. So sometimes those legs are only 1 foot, 1 block. Sometimes they're 3 blocks or 4 blocks. It's variable. I don't know if it's going to be going up constantly or if it's going to go down more. I'm not sure.
So far, I've only seen it be in the ground by 1 block. It can just be taller above that.
This isn't going to work. This isn't doing anything.
Also, what about this?
Active with a signal. What about what? Who?
Wall bits.
Oh, hang on a sec. Oh yeah, I don't have these things on the whitelist. Urgh. Okay, I'm gonna have to. Let's just go back to these, I guess. Basically, as it stands right now, I do not think auto farming is going to work very well. Okay. So now it's going to go back to planting. That does remind me, though. Let's get this out. Walk over here. And put that back. There you go. Go back to doing whatever you're doing. Okay. Now it grows up. Spoiler alert on Batman vs. Superman. Superman. Okay. Thanks, Ace.
That was random.
There are people that do that. Thankfully, I can get rid of them. Instead of blocks, leave holes and see how it works. I could see if it checks down. That is a thought. Let's see real quick. Hang on a sec. Boop. If we get all of these and take them out, we put... Nope. Come on. I hate this. Nope. Not fast enough. There we go. Lock it down. There we go. Nope. Those go in there. Now what I need to do is come down here. I gotta remember. I need to do that. And block that from getting picked out by the whitelist. Okay. So let's see. Dynex has a suggestion. I think it could be a good suggestion. Let's basically get all of the blocks, dig down one block, and leave a hole. It shouldn't be able to plant there because there isn't anything valid for it to plant on, unless it checks down. It doesn't check up one block, so maybe it won't check down one block. So if we do always active... Why are you planting there? Oh. These. Great. Nope. Stop. Let's get all of these and take them out. Because we can't have nice things. Put that there. Lock it. Put all of these back. Where's that? There's the dark oak. We want to keep that out of the loop. I'm going to put those back. See, it's just spitting them out where it thinks there should be ground. It's literally planting in midair. Yeah, this isn't going to work.
Wow, that is broken. It's like nobody's ever tried to... It's like no one's ever tried to use it without putting a field under it before.
I have to get all of the saplings out. Yes, you're adorable. Go away. I get these. Nope, there's that one that I don't have space for. Crap. And let's do that. Yeah, going to... I know for sure right now that I have done this before. This is just dumb. It will not stop. It stops everything but pulling the saplings. There we go. Nope, those aren't the ones I want. Where's the dark oak? We have fewer dark oak in the stack somewhere. There they are. Okay, block those. Yep. So basically, I know I have done this before with specific trees in,
Yay!
Oh, I missed a subscriber. in 1.7.10. I have not tried it since 1.7.10 though. That's the problem. So I don't know how broken it is, how long it's been broken. I'm not sure. Oh, there's bone meal in here. Oh, right. We can speed the process up. I forgot about that. Okay, so now I need to get le dirt and put it back. We need to always active, do that. It's going to go crazy.
Yeah, this is very much an alternatively coloured wooden house.
Okay. I need those here.
Normally you'd likely see, like, you know, birch and oak with the dark logs. And yeah, this is a bit different.
You are making it a bit of a pain in the ass, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, but that's because the logs suck.
Okay, I missed some chat here real quick. Pretty sure trees can't grow more than one solid block next to it. With more than one solid block next to it. Yeah, tons of trees do. This thing's working right now. I've never seen
Also,
YouTube...
that depends on the type of tree, and what the rules are for these is completely arbitrary and up to BOP.
Yep. Basically, the rules for the generation of those things and how they grow is completely up to Biomes of Plenty, and we don't have that on hand right now. We don't know what the rules are. S-Dub says, hey, Cuts. Prospector, I've never seen a YouTube live stream on mobile before. Well, that's one of the reasons why I like... I mean, there are Twitch mobile apps and stuff like this, but yeah, it works on mobile for YouTube. It grows up randomly, but always from the block it was planted. That's not true, actually. Oh, up from the block it was planted, yes. I'm going to test myself in FTB. Go ahead. I've not seen many YouTube streams in general. How bad is the delay? I actually have the... Do what?
Isn't it like similar to Twitch?
It's basically similar to Twitch. Technically, I can shorten the delay, but last week they were having some network integrity issues. They're having some stability problems. I have two settings. I can do minimum delay, but there is potential that people with lesser connections will get buffering, or I can do a 30-second delay, but it's about 25 to 30 seconds. But the there's never any buffering for my end users. So I tend to deal with a lot of people that actually have a lot of viewers that have less than stellar internet connections, and buffering is a big deal. That frustrates people. Yeah, Beam is milliseconds with FTL Prospector, but they also have an inherent limit to max bandwidth that you can actually stream at. You could stream if you wanted to at 4K on YouTube. So... Hayden Parsons says, please say my brother's name. It's Casey Parsons. Hi, Casey. Hi, Caden. Yeah, it's our new base, Chris. We're basically relocating out here because there's so many people in such a tight space back at spawn that frame rate is death. So we need more frames. So we're making a new house. And Guts is designing it. I made the first one. He's making the second one. Seems fair. I'm trying to get him some more logs. We stopped ever so briefly. Wow, this is a tall tree. Whee! Let's go down. We stopped ever so briefly to try and see if we could actually automate the growing of mangrove trees. And we cannot, at least not very easily. So I'm going to stop trying to figure it out and go back to doing it this way because I can get more trees quicker. With all the time I've already wasted, it's bad enough. By the way, this is what I'm talking about. It grows either here at the bottom of the tree or sometimes here or sometimes there. The base can go up and down. It seems like if we grow it up off the ground, it always goes up, but I know that if you have it flush with the ground, it will go down one block, at least one block every single time.
I've never seen it go down two. So far, it's consistently gone down only one.
Yeah. But I mean, it's still the fact that that's going to slowly erase the dirt on the farm.
Well, yeah.
That is still a complication. And Ender.io's farming station, which is the solution, the automated solution farm we have right now, does not handle limiting space for trees. So, it doesn't handle it
The
very well.
problem's chopping down, really, more than anything, because you could have it plant using users or stuff like that, but chopping the tree down is in a pain.
Okay, so since we need to get this house built sooner rather than later, we need to get some wood. While I'm getting mangrove wood, all the other wood is being harvested automatically. And I can power through. Okay, let's do. I'll put that in there. We have almost 3 stacks of wood over here, Cuts. Of mangrove wood.
Neat. That's like 3 more layers of wood.
Yep. Yeah, I gotta make a little note. I need to submit a bug report to Ender.io. And I realize that watching me chop trees is not exactly 100% thrilling. Make a magnet already.
Really should be doing the tree chopping.
Do what?
Really should be me doing the tree chopping, since I'm mostly waiting.
Waiting for what? Well, I mean, I've got some wood right there. You could actually get back to building if you wanted to. By the time you get through with that, I'll probably have more for you to make use of. But it's not a thrilling stream, but it is necessary nonetheless, because we need to relocate as soon as possible so that we can actually function better. And that is the life on ForgeCraft. Them's the breaks. Okay. Now I'm gonna go recharge it. Yeah, if you want a concept of what I do Minecraft-wise on a daily basis, grayscale is not 100% accurate, but it's close enough. Just do that. It's fine. Yeah, we won't do the blood magic lava ritual in our wooden house. I'm not that, thankfully, I'm not that absent-minded. There we go. Let's say. Ooh, it's a tall one. Ugh. Frames. Oh, never mind. Thought I was gonna hard crash. Ooh. Okay. Doot, doot, doot. We're now up to 5.5 stacks. Okay. Mangroves are weird bulbous trees in our physical plane. Derpy trees everywhere. Yeah, Cuts is being nice. He's trying to make sure that the house aesthetics are pleasing even to me, which I greatly appreciate. I have partnered up with people that were far less considerate of such things. So it's nice. It's very cool.
It just seems like the right thing to do, considering I'm living with you and it's your stream and everything. Making you a house that's ugly to you would not be that great.
I have met people that were far less gracious. Turbo trees, engage. I can't say for sure. Next time we're going to start farther out from spawn. That's a definite. But, yeah. Let's recharge the axe real quick. Yeah, it's the weird thing about the utility that he's actually making. It is very unique to my situation and people with my style of colorblindness. There's even other kinds of colorblindness that are not cellular, they're cerebral. And they are in how the brain processes colors. Those people tend to actually get closer to true grayscale, though. Hi.
The
Yes.
default on that page is the standard one that's used as a calculation for matching brightness between colors.
Yeah.
So, like, it's pretty close, so that the apparent brightness to someone who sees color is the same as the brightness of the grayscale that's next to it.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, as we found from you changing some of the numbers fairly significantly, that doesn't line up with how you see things.
Yeah, I am just slightly off in a lot of areas, and there's one or two that it was really off. Don't know why. One of them things.
Things like blue. Blue, in terms of apparent brightness, is only worth like 10% of the average brightness.
Yeah.
So like 100% blue, nothing else, appears much, much darker than 100% of green or red.
Yeah. What he said. Yeah, see, Prospector says, Minecraft is a pretty good game to have color blindness for because each block has a very distinct pattern. Actually, vanilla Minecraft is that way. When it comes to modded Minecraft, you're actually very far off base because a lot of
Lol
mods...
tree bark.
Huh?
Lol tree bark.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, root.
A lot of mods just get vanilla stuff and either slightly shift the color or slightly shift the tone. That's it. So there's tons of vanilla ingots. I mean, there's tons of modded ingots that are just vanilla ingots recolored. There are tons of woods that are vanilla woods recolored. And that actually causes a lot of grief for me because it makes it even harder to tell some of this stuff apart. So, yeah.
One of the reasons why I wanted to... I've been wanting to make a thing, but it's like you can't... you might be able to do it now with the model system, maybe. I wanted to make a resource pack that has a different appearance in the inventory than an item does in the world. And you might be able to do that now, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, because for instance, with the ingots, I wanted to make them realistically colored, which would make a lot of them look very similar. But when they're in the inventory, have a chemical symbol on them.
Yep, okay, that's what I thought.
Like iron would have FE on it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, colorblind helper. It's a mod that actually puts chemical symbols. Well, it puts a letter abbreviations over objects in the inventory, and you can actually do it not only for stuff like ingots, but also for stuff like food, or it basically works off War Dictionary.
Yeah, but I mean, you could get away with it, depending on the current changes to the resource packs. It might now be possible to do that with vanilla.
Oh, yeah, okay, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, that would be cool. That would mean that anybody could do it, even though Colorblind Helper was a client-side mod. Yeah, that could be very neat, because that means that there's much less potential for two things conflicting or whatever. I might need to speed this up a little bit. We'll see. I'm going to put that in there, and just for giggles, I'm going to put that in there. Tee-hee-hee. Okay. Let's get back to mangroves. Boop. Maybe FC. ForgeCraft should have Soren team up with the guy who lives in a van down by the river next time. What are you talking about, PK81? That's not right. Forestry woods do that. Yep, that was my crash made. Yep, we've been going for about an hour and a half, basically. Got about 30 minutes left.
You know what the silly thing's going to be with this?
What?
I'm going to, at some point, have some of these logs pointing outward, but I don't actually like the color of the wood that's in there, so I think I'm going to use chisel and bits to replace it with the wood from a different log.
That's hardcore.
I thought of some other really neat uses for it as well. Like, imagine having a wall that's like a smooth clay, but then you chisel a 2-depth crack in it, and then fill in 1 deep with cobble, so it looks like it's been painted and, well, plastered over, and it's lost some of the plaster.
Cool. We have a 5.5 stacks of mangrove over here, man.
Nice. That's lots. I've still got several on me. Well, I've got 2 on me. And I've done the house up to 4.
Oh, hey, yeah. I haven't even looked over that direction. Okay.
What do you think of the wall bit?
Grow,
Like the big between little ones.
Grow, you dumb saplings. Let's go over here and have a look at what you're doing. Ooh. Yeah, see, I could see a little bit of, I don't know, wooden or maybe a stone slab coming out just out this door so you could set down on it. Unexcused gaming.
Well, I mean,
yeah. I like the
caring
wood
about the
segments.
walls.
Yeah, I do like them. Because it's
Not
basically...
sure about the double ones at the bottom, but yeah, it kind of fits in with the kind of big.
What,
planks.
this stuff down here at the bottom?
No, specifically the base of the doors.
Oh, I actually kind of like those because it breaks it up in being identical to the top corners. I actually like that it's different.
Yeah, it's just the way it is. Like, the actual highlight on it is a lot less saturated than the rest of the thing, so it kind of stands out a bit. But
yeah,
I simply can't explain that to you. I'm not going to try.
We could always get some chiseled iron blocks.
Well, that'd be completely different. These are very dark.
Chiseled obsidian. Yeah, it's gonna look gross.
That's kind of purple.
Yeah, obsidian's ugly for decorating. I think that's gonna be.
It's great if you do it right. I mean, Rorax did great with it, but it wouldn't fit with the wood because these are all, well, various groups of rich browns plus the logs.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. If we can get enough of this done and enough space defined and walled in, the next live stream, which will be Tuesday at 2 p.m. my time, that's basically middle of the afternoon for America, then I think I might see if I could start getting into Psi and do a little bit more with roots. Psi became one of my favorite multi-purpose tools on 189 because, I mean, it's just so, there were so many things you could do with it. I could heal myself with it, dig with it, all sorts of great stuff, and I really missed that. So my Psi gun became my utility belt very, very quickly. Ooh, what, where? Oh, hi. This is a slime chunk, apparently. Man, okay. More mangrove. I need to borrow you real quick. It's going to say no axe for a minute. There we go. Grow. There we go. Chop it down almost immediately. There we go. So yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a boring stream, but hey, that's okay. It means that we can get back to the action later. Because trying to work at anywhere from 4 to 16 FPS, that's not a thing.
Prospector asking, I wonder if there are any glasses that you sort of see in grayscale that would be interesting to wear for a day. Actually, there's quite the opposite. There's glasses which help people who have the kind of, what do you call it? What would the word be? Kind of like, well, opposing color blindness, you know, like when they've got like red, green and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah,
There are glasses which can help people who have that kind of color blindness differentiate between colors that they have trouble with.
Yeah, deuteroans and protoans and anoans and all those other brands of color blindness. Yep. Let's see. My only complaint is no inventory tweaks integration in the bag. Chiseled bits, yeah. I wonder if they... Let's see.
I'm fine with that. I don't like it anyway.
Yeah. There are glasses that if you are colorblind, helps give you normal colorblindness. Helps you get, not weirdos like me. They give you just enough of a contrast aid, like what Cuts was talking about, that you can differentiate colors you normally couldn't differentiate from. But those are basically just shifting the color spectrum before they get to your eyes. That's it. Because I could put those on and shift my contrast some, but there is nothing you could do to make it the other way around, where if you put it on, you could see in grayscale. The best thing I would say is to get one of those like Gear VR cheapo headsets. They have camera apps in there that you can strap this to your head and it'll show out through the camera that's built into the back of your, whatever Android camera.
Look at stuff in extremely low light.
Do what?
Look at things in extremely low light. That does it. All the color disappears from stuff in very low light because the cone cells are much less sensitive than rod cells.
Yeah, basically. So that's the problem I actually have is contrast when it comes to light. Okay, because when it comes to the cells on the inside of your eyes, you have two different kinds of cells. There are some that are rods and cones. Okay. Rods process light, just brightness, basically differentiation and contrast. That's it. Cones process light and they process color. If I remember right. I might have gotten this backwards. I usually do, but that's not the point. So I'm missing one kind of cells. I only have light processing. So basically I get black, white shades of gray. I get contrast, brightness. That's it. The problem is because my cone cells are broken or dead, I'm missing part of my light throttling, which means I'm much more light sensitive than normal people are. Basically, when it comes to a bright summer day, cloudless sky, I practically have to use my wife as a seeing eye dog just to get out of the car if I don't have sunglasses on. It's pretty bad. I like this. I think this is going to be really good, Cuts. It's going to be awesome once we start getting floors in and stuff like this.
Yeah, I'm wondering what to do with the floors exactly. But...
Dude, I really wish we had DecoCraft right now. This would be awesome.
So, who needs that? We can make our own furniture out of chisel and bits.
That's very time-consuming and admirable, but yes, we can do that. That's true. That's one of the things I like. That's one thing. But, what?
Like, Algo is working hard on the blueprint system, which will allow multi-block-sized objects to be patterned and kept and transferred from client to server, so it can be made, and then you can make like a table, and then you can have that as an object, and you can plot that down as you wish using the big blueprint.
Okay, so on that front, right?
Making creative.
this is where I get to be a jerk and say that we have big plans for season 4 of Begram's Chance that actually center on that very heavily, but I can't say anything else otherwise. I just have to leave it at that and tease you. I do know about that feature, and I cannot wait for that feature, but it's not here yet.
Yeah, I was asking for an ETA on it because I asked, like, is it possible to move stuff from client to server so that I could do stuff, not on the server?
Yeah.
And with unlimited resources and whatever, just to make the patterns, but there isn't yet.
Yeah. It's going to be very cool once it actually does hit. I've got a very big feature for that. That basically means that we can build stuff offline or single player in test worlds and bring it into the server for, yeah, it's not there, for season 4. There's going to be a lot of cosmetic and aesthetic work. I can't go into any details otherwise, mostly because I'm mean. So yeah. Come on. Grow. Thank you. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to look at lighting solutions for this place as well.
If we had carpenter's blocks, I would have a solution for you, but we don't.
I'm thinking blaze lamps.
That could be cool. Daenerys asks, so are you in constant night vision mode? Yeah, basically. The wife says I have near cat-like night vision. I wouldn't go that far. Ballpark, maybe, but if they're at home plate, I'm way out in the outfield.
I think it's interesting to say that you'd probably be able to differentiate levels of brightness more accurately as well.
I can read a newspaper in a dark room. Lots of people can't do that. Lots of people can't read a newspaper anymore, but that's a different argument.
Not surprising. Though,
Yeah.
Because low light sensitivity is very much a rod cell thing.
Yes, exactly.
Heck, you've probably got like 3 or 4 times the density of those things in your eyes than we do.
I don't know that because I have gone under. There's this thing basically. What is it called? It's sort of like a focused electron microscope or a something lensed electron microscope. I can't remember. Basically, you stick your head under this thing that looks like a giant space cannon from a sci-fi movie. And
that's definitely an electron microscope.
Yeah, it is aimed at your eyeball, and you have to keep your eye open while they shine bright light into it. I had a screaming headache for 2 days straight after I did this. But what they can do is look at these cells on the inside lining on the back of your eyeball without having to, go in there. And what they can do is they can give a fine-tuned analysis of what your general... They didn't really give me a ratio, like if I have more or less than normal, but what they can say is, yes, for sure, your cone cells are dead, or, you have this one spot across the back of your eye that is, look like you suffered damage from something, or, you really shouldn't have been staring so intently at light brights when you were a kid, whatever. And, yeah, anyway. So I went under one of those, and they basically said, yes, confirmed all of your cone cells are broken. They don't work. They look dead. They look like they've atrophied years ago. So, yep.
Okay, so they are there then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. Well,
I love the
probably
3D.
Probably a failed protein of some kind.
Oh, I have no clue. That gets into genetics and biology sections I have no idea about. All grayscale, whiteout from bright sources. Yeah.
A lot of things which are like that tend to be single, either deletion or substitution mutations in a protein, and because they are strings of amino acids that fold and twist, and their shape is what helps them do what they do. Their shape is very specific.
How do you know this stuff?
Because I studied it.
Oh, right. Okay. I forgot. You're educated. You cheated.
But basically, if there is a deletion or an addition or a substitution in that sequence, sometimes the protein fails to fold in the way it should and becomes completely inactive. Yeah. This can cause huge problems, and that might be the reason.
Yeah.
Probably the reason.
Let's see. Somebody asked. Oh, Prospector asks, when did you learn that you didn't see color like most other people do? Did you pretty much always know, or did you find out later? Here's the funny thing, right? When I was growing up, this is way back in the 70s. When I was growing up, you're in kindergarten. They give you crayons to color stuff, and you have to fill in squares. All the crayons are labeled. Right? I look at the crayon, and it says red or burnt umber. Maybe I had to ask another kid what burnt umber was, and they go reddish brown or whatever. But for the most part, they're all labeled. I knew what they were. And this was before we had fancy phrases for colors like pumpkin or seafoam. This was, light green or dark green or tealish green or, light green blue. It was all boring color names on the crayons, but basically it was all there. And so there was a long stretch of my life where I really didn't know. It was when I was in late elementary school, early middle school. I think I was just going into middle school, and I was on this kick. I had this thing where I wanted to be in the Air Force. I wanted to be a pilot. I was like 10, maybe 8 or 10 years old. I think I was probably 10 or 11. And I was not very old, but I was going to, my mom was taking me to the doctor for another checkup of stuff, and I just asked him, I made a joke. I told him wanted to be in the Air Force, and he says, well, there are very strict eye tests in there. So he pulled out this thing called the Ishihara plates. The Ishihara plates are a series of circles that have all these dots on them, and if you can see color,
the numbers.
Yeah, you'll see. Well, it's sometimes letters, sometimes numbers. Most often it's numbers. You'll see a 47 or you'll see a 61. Now, sometimes they'll have a plate that looks like it says 67 to somebody and 61 to somebody else. And if you can see full color, you'll see 67. If you have slight color blindness, you'll see 61. It's a lot of stuff like that. So I was like 10 years old when I took the Ishihara plates test and failed it completely. And the doctor basically thought I was pulling their leg. By the time I got halfway through middle school, most of the other teachers had started to figure it out. So, yeah.
Reminds me of stuff like, I can't remember who it was, but someone who had synesthesia, which is the whole kind of crossed wires on senses. So
Yeah.
sounds make colors and stuff like that.
Crap. Okay. We've got a problem.
Oh?
Yep, our storage is full. I need to start moving stuff over. I wasn't paying attention.
Okay. Yeah, I told you the spruce would take over.
We need to make you another chest.
This is hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, synesthesia and the whole getting light from sounds and stuff like that. And they had no idea that this was a thing, and it was like having gone to several concerts and stuff when they were young, assumed that the reason the concert hall lights were brought down was so that you could see the colors.
Ah, that's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna get so much of this spruce. Oh, spruce. And completely max that out. Okay, we might have to make some chests over there that you can start moving some of this wood over to. Boop, 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 boop. And we have a lot. I'm going to repeat that, a lot of mangrove. So,
Nice.
let's put this over here.
I'm thinking that I'm going to start the roof at this level. Maybe.
1, 2, 3, 4. Let me rebalance this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About 10 and a quarter stacks. Vaguely.
Actually, no, I think that... Okay, I'm going to start the roof another floor up.
Okay.
Because it's going to be too shallow to... Yeah. I'm thinking another floor up, and then the roof starts, and because it's shallow, it'll come about 2.5 floors up, and then you have another bit, and then another higher roof above it on the top part.
Yeah. So going down the middle, this way that I'm looking right here, going down the middle, it's going to have a slightly higher peak. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll have 3 floors, and it'll have a roof higher than the rest of it.
Yep.
And probably with windows along the half-height gap, and there'll be windows high in the wall, probably.
Let's see. Shot downs got shot down. Yeah, Chris Jackman, you're talking about the glaucoma test. You want a surefire way to mess with me? Is start taking contact lenses out. I hate the concept of touching my eyeballs. Blah. Ugh. Yeah, Daenerys.
It's simply impossible to understand what it's like. Prospect is saying the whole colorblind thing is very interesting. Hard to imagine never seeing color. It's literally impossible to consider what that would be like because it's not just gray, it's whatever thing is an absence of color.
Yeah. I'm starting to
Because
think...
gray is just an equality of color, basically.
Okay, here we go. This is a comment that I can agree with. Peak81 says, I'm starting to think cuts is a mentat. Boom. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Hey, Conrado Lopez. What's going on? Yeah, most people don't get this, but it changes fundamentally how you behave and how you learn. I have had to learn completely differently from everybody else. When you're in high school and the teacher says, okay, I want you to read the entire chapter, you're going to be tested on the green sections. You panic, and you learn to start asking. When you can't see that well outside unless you've got really good sunglasses, you start to memorize how many steps and what direction you were walking when you left your car. What direction and angle did you approach the front door of an office building at? How many car spaces away was your car, do you think? Stuff like that. It gets very, very different in day-to-day operations. My life is basically completely revolved around memorization. That's how I've existed, how I've lived. So I count steps to things, and I memorize position, location. I pay very close attention to my surroundings while I can see, because as soon as I get out into bright sunlight and I hit whiteout, I have to listen and oftentimes close my eyes. There's large stretches of my day where I am basically, when I was working in an office job, where I was walking across a parking lot with my eyes closed completely. It's just, that was the easiest way to cope with things. And it's not that I by no means think that it limits me. Yeah, I might not be able to point at a car and say, hey, look at that, red whatever. Oh, hi, Mr. Zombie, how are you? Hup. Oh, jump shot. One hit. I keep looking at the standing stones and thinking they're a creeper. Whew. Yeah, at no point have I felt handicapped. It's just me. It's just the way I exist. I exist in a different state than most other people do. I figure everybody else is screwed up in some other way themselves, so it all balances out. Yeah, it says, wow, I take 5 minutes to eat and the walls are up. You missed it, gamer.
Yeah, I've just about as close as possible to perfect color vision as you, give or take, can get.
Yeah.
But I'm really short-sighted, for example.
Yeah.
So.
Slime just fell off the top of this tree and died. It's weird.
Yeah. No. Remember, the lumber axe has slime.
Right. It's populating when it's... Oh, that's hilarious. I forgot about that. Okay. Yeah.
It's actually you, the tool.
Shadowstar makes a point. Says Vagrant's form of colorblindness is actually in high demand by the Army for spotting camouflage targets. I'm not immune, but I am highly resilient to camouflage. You do not know how many times this has caused a panic for me when it came to wartime. We haven't really had a draft, but there's been points in my life where I've been worried that we would. But yeah, there's points in high school where I would go paintballing with friends of mine that were very, very hardcore, competitive, camo out in the forest paintballers. And they, okay, we have an absurd amount of wood. I'm going to turn that to active with signal for now.
This is exactly why I wanted the tree farm, because it's like you never know just how much you get until you actually put a thing up and you realize that 90%, more than that, 95, 99% of the time, the tree's just standing there doing nothing when you're not chopping. And if it's chopped immediately, you get so much more.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. The Gamer344 asks, Vagram, have you ever done a quest thing pack? You mean like structured HQM and stuff like that? I actually have. I've done a few.
He's voiced them.
Yeah, I've actually voiced them, much less done them. I did. I've done about 6 or 7.
That is an absurd tree.
Mod packs that have actually seen the light of day that had HQM questing and stuff like that, and I did the audio for them. I've done more that got developed but then never came out. I did the official voice work for the lore expansion for HQM, but that hasn't been updated to 110 yet. HQM, I don't think, has been updated yet. Yes, I have. I've done a fair few of them. Infernal Skies. Remember that one? That was me.
That is just such an absurd tree. It's like, let's have a really tall tree with a little bit of leaf on top.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that kind of hurts. Okay. I already need to go.
Immediate cubes of wood raining down.
I already need to go recharge my axe, and it was fully charged. Oh, it was almost completely depleted, but not completely. So yeah.
Saying about that, saying in the chat there about would you rather be blind or deaf? I'd say deaf simply because humans are a lot more visual than they are auditory. Vision accounts for a huge amount of our awareness. Something like 60-70%. Our other senses are very dull by comparison to our sight, which is very acute compared to most animals in the animal kingdom. Not as good as birds for picking things out, but we have probably the richest colour vision of any animal. Which is unfortunate.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, damn it. I'm just gonna leave it. Whatever. Who cares?
It's just gonna keep happening.
Yep. Okay. Let me out. There we go. Oh, I need to get.
There's other weird things like other types of color vision in the cuttlefish. They don't have any cells in their eyes that detect color, right?
Right.
So how do they do so well at camouflaging themselves against just about anything? Their mimicry is amazing.
Yeah. Now, we talk about color blindness. I know somebody that's actually got the absolute opposite of color blindness. It's not just the fact that they have super accurate color vision. They actually have color memory. Now, follow me on this. A lady named Michelle, a friend of ours, friend of the wife and I, and she can remember a shirt that she saw you in 2 or 3 years ago that was a specific shade of, like, I don't know, orange. And she can pick out a pillow in a store that will perfectly match that shirt. And I don't mean kind of, I mean exactly. She is dead on precise and scientific about it. It's crazy.
Dang.
Yeah, it's like a superpower.
That's just like a subset of photographic memory, though, isn't it? Kind of.
Yes, it's a very weird subset of photographic memory. The Gamer344 asks, is VC4 going to be HQM? I don't think so, because A, HQM hasn't been ported yet. B, that's a lot of questing to actually do, and most times HQM packs end up turning into grind. And that's the exact opposite of the direction I want for VC4. So if it does have any kind of questing in it, it would specifically be just to aid in introducing people to a mod, and then it would stop. So it would be very light. Yeah, she has an extreme range of color vision. So here's a funny thing. There's a genetic predisposition that can only happen in women, even if it happens rarely. Because of how genetics work, you can actually get a woman that cannot just see normal color. She can see so accurately that she can see beyond the standard, RGB, beyond a fourth basic color. Like, see something beyond red that most people can't see. It's weird. It's like hyper accurate. Hey, Coz, what's going on?
Infrared.
Yeah, something. I don't know. She sees colors that most people don't. She is hyper-specific. Michelle is on accuracy and stuff like that. It's crazy.
Octarine, she's a wizard.
Yeah, okay, here we go. Tanera says the punching shrimp, I forget its proper name, has like 18 color cones, but they discovered that it's not amazing vision. It's 18 narrow bands of color.
Pistol shrimp.
Pistol shrimp, whatever. I don't know.
The pistol shrimp.
Yeah.
Those things are crazy. They punch so fast that the water boils.
Oh, I've seen footage of that.
Concussion wave that hits the prey.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I like that kind of stuff. So here we go. This is where you're going to start seeing the framing, guys, of these sidewalls that he's been working on. You can see how he's defining where, like, windows are going to be and stuff like this. It's going to be really cool. By the way, do you want to use enlightened glass in that so it lights up the place up?
We could do. I honestly I don't know our other options. I was
Indirect.
considering
Yeah.
literally making a design for a type of leaded window with chisel and bits.
Ooh. Okay. I'm hip. We
And
are
just
gonna.
stick any old glass in there temporarily.
We are gonna have to come up with. Oh, somebody came up with a concept of something. A sconce, a little arm that sticks out from the wall, and you can stick a torch on it to make it look like it's kind of like a wall lamp. I thought that was a neat
Well, I mean,
idea.
we could simply do, stuff with the blaze lamps in a similar way.
Yes, exactly. It's the same kind of thing. Make it where it's hanging or something.
'Cause I think if you have bits of a block that casts light, it casts light. Yeah.
I can't remember how chisels and bits actually behaves that way. You're gonna have to ask Algo. I'm blank on that. I only have partial color deficiency, mostly with red and green. That's actually one of the most common types of color blindness, Cameron.
Isn't it the most common?
Huh?
Isn't it just literally the most common?
I always forget if it's that one that's the most common or if it's the blue-purple color blindness. What is it called? Deuteron or whatever it is. I forget the scientific name for it, but it's basically where like blues and blue similar colors look the same to you. That's very, very common. But I think red-green might be the most common. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, flat-colored blocks has glow blocks. There you go. Blocks that actually emit light.
Well, yeah, but I mean the lamp has a bit of texture to it already. Have you actually seen them? Also, we have a bazillion like actual lamp blaze rods and stuff from the farm.
Yeah, we have tons of blaze rods. I don't think I've seen a
I
blaze
thought
lamp.
it was a nice one. Oh, it's a quark one. As from Britannia.
Ooh,
It doesn't have the Britannia texture though. It has a new one.
Blaze.
Lantern.
Oh, blaze lantern. Okay. That looks like a super light sea lantern to me.
Yeah, it's basically like a fluorescent light almost.
Okay, cool.
So
I'm hip.
basically white block with yellow edges. So
Yeah, can you chisel and
it seems
bits?
like a decent thing to carve lights out of with chisel.
Can you chisel and bits a painted glowstone block? I actually don't think so, Sean Britton. There's lots of blocks I have discovered that aren't chiselable quite yet. Like there are some modded trees that we can't chisel or we couldn't like the last time I
I'm
tried.
not sure why though. I mean, it's like you should be able to, like, to have a good go at picking out any type of block that should, because you should be able to work it out that it's a normal cube.
Should and can is a completely different argument. Is there a mechanism for 194? Yes, it just came out for I think 194 or 110, but these guys don't use mechanism. It's not their speed. I bet the blocks in flat color look very odd to you because it's like 5,000 blocks in different shades of gray. Basically, flat colored blocks, FCB, I see the point to it, but it is completely beyond my scope of comprehension that I don't know if I'll ever use it. Right now, if I get a birch wood block, right, I know I have been around those long enough. I know shade, I know tone, I know what kind of pattern I'm going to get. When it comes to, okay, give me like a hex value of a color or an FCB block, I'm gone. That's where I give up. Okay, we are 5 minutes past the hour. I'm actually going to park right here so that my frame rate does not completely disintegrate the next time I log in. Let's switch over to Facecam here real quick. I do appreciate everybody coming by. It's been a fun evening. We made a lot of progress, even if it was boring, and we had to cut down mangrove. There was an important point to it. We got it done, which means now we can do some real building over the weekend. And maybe we can get some progress done by the time all of you come back on Tuesday.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of stuff as well. Come for the Minecraft, stay for the discourse.
Exactly. So yeah, Tuesday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Right back here, ForgeCraft One, me and Mr. Cuts. If you ever need to figure out what my scheduling is, what times and stuff like that, go to vagram.com and there's a little thing at the top
Zombies coming for you.
that says streaming schedule. Is it? Oh, hi. Huh.
Ow.
Did I hit you?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, no. It must have been the zombie because I'm not on fire.
Oh, that's not the fire sword. That's the engraved blade from Roots. Yeah, that would have.
Yes, and you destroyed my boots.
Are you serious?
Yeah. They only had one durability left, but yeah.
Oh my god, that's awesome. I mean, it sucks, but it's hilarious. I do have sharpness 5 on this thing and extra damage.
It only hurt me for like 2 hearts.
Well, that means your armor did the job. Yeah, anyway, okay. Let's see. Thanks for the stream, Bigram, and take care. Yeah, place a lot of glowstone bits. We'll figure something out. I do appreciate it, though. Yeah, go to bigram.com/streaming or just go to bigram.com. There's a streaming schedule thing at the top. All my other stuff is across the top menu. Otherwise, we'll see you folks later. Thank you very much, as always, Cuts, for building and whatnot and basically just being wonderful company.
Thank you for chopping all those dang trees.
It had to be done. It had to be done. One night of boredom means we can have a fantastic house that much sooner. So, I'm going to catch you folks later. Have a good weekend. Bye.